What up, y'all? It's the Rainy Storm checking in for the Sagittarius Lunar Eclipse that is coming up next week. I was sitting and I was kind of going over and writing a little bit about, some of the aspects that will be hitting this lunar eclipse. And I also wanted to go ahead and pull cards. I know it's been a minute since I pulled cards, but I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for each sign. So this Sagittarius full moon is going to be, just like any full moon, is going to be powerful. Very, very powerful full moon, especially because we have all this Gemini energy in the mix. We are currently in a, North Node in Gemini. And, we had Mercury. We had Mercury. Now it's in Cancer as I record this. It just moved into Cancer today. We have Venus still. And then we have some other aspects. Just, it's very Geminian energy right now that's going on. And so it's really a time right now to ground yourself, to be in a place where, because we have Mars in Pisces and Neptune that's going to be squaring this full moon. So it can feel a little cuckoo crazy. It can feel a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? A little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like I said, I think on that last video, all that glitters is not gold. We also have, for real? We also have a sextile to, we also have Venus and the Sun in Gemini that's going to be squaring Mars in Pisces, and Neptune in Pisces. So, everything is not clear. Trying to make some concrete plans, at this point in time, I wouldn't necessarily say give it a go. I would definitely say to take stock on the things that have come up during this time or around this time, and really figure out if that's the direction that you want to take and the direction that you want to go, regardless if it's anything that has to do with relationships, if it has to do with business, if it has to do with any of those things. Just take your time. You don't have to rush into it. You want to use this time to really figure out, especially as we have this Mars in Pisces trining Mercury in Cancer at this time, of what do I actually need emotionally? What do I want to carry back into, this new direction, this new journey that I'm going into? And does it sit right with my emotional well-being? Does it feel good to me? Versus logic, not to say that you're not going to need logic in this, especially because we are in a North Node and Gemini. You want to give it a healthy balance of both, but you don't want to lean so much on your logic that you forget intuitively how you are feeling within your body. If the decisions that you are making or the decisions that you are about to make are decisions that make you feel fucked up and you I don't know, IDK, if they're making you second guess or question yourself, it's probably not the direction that you want to go. But if you feel this energy that you are gung-ho about the shit, and you feel there's a certain energy about you that feels like it's the right place or the right direction to go, then, you know what I'm saying, stick to it. Stick to it and make it happen. I wrote, we are removing our old, outdated beliefs and opening up to what makes us feel good emotionally. This full moon, we need to keep in mind that our path is not clear right now. But once Mars goes into Aries, we will have a better insight on the direction that we want to go and we need to go. Mars and Pisces can be quite muddled, but in a sense of that muddledness and feeling like the fog is there and the air is not clear and you're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. This is a good time to connect with your people. This is a good time to connect with your guides. This is a good time to connect with your ancestors and really figure out, the places that you want to go and where you want to be. And the people, your people, will be able to come through and assist you through that path if you, once again, like I said, I know I talked about this in the last video, but you have to be open and receptive and allow it to happen. Now, when we talk about Sagittarius and we talk about Gemini, Gemini is more open and free with its ideals and open to different perspectives, and it's very open. It's just an open sign. It can, one day it might believe in this and the next day it might totally flip and be like, well, actually Sag is not. So you have to be able to look at things from that messenger view, and be like kind of neutral about a lot of situations that are coming up, versus being, even though Sagittarius is a mutable sign, but being so fixed towards an outcome, or being fixed and like, this is the way that things need to go, or this is the way that things need to be in order for me to do A, B, and C. Gemini is going to come in for this, even though it's a Sagittarius full moon, but it's going to assist Sagittarius in being like, well, Sag, maybe you could look at it this way. You know, maybe we could, you know, develop a way to do it this way, and or being open to other people's ideas and being like, okay, well, this person, they want to contribute this, or, you know, if you're in a relationship, or, you know, this person or the person that you're with might want to do things this way, or might want to carry out something this way, and, you know, just kind of, you know, releasing that need to control, or having so much control that you are holding your own damn self back. So there's that. We have a lot of mutable aspects. So Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini are mutable. So once again, nothing is going to stay the same. Everything is going to be changing, and that's it's very highlighted during this full moon. Is like, everything is nothing at all. So don't take whatever comes up as like solid, or grasp it as like, oh, it is this. If this is the way, like, no, just take your time on it. You know what I mean? Think over it a little bit before you go through with it. We need to go inside that Cancerian shell and just kind of see what messages come up, especially as Mercury goes into Cancer, and then we have that retrograde coming in later on. So, you know, be open. Try to be as open as possible, and allow your mind to lead you, and your intuition to guide you in the next direction that you really truly want to go, and you see for yourself. The world is changing. We are changing. That's a constant. One thing I love about mutable energy is, you know, because I'm down there, most of my chart is mutable. You know, but one thing I do love about mutable energy is that, you know, change is a constant. You know what I'm saying? Like, things is always going to be changing. It doesn't matter what you do or how you try to see it. Change is change. You can't run away from it. You know, the world is constantly changing. Even when you sitting up, cooped up in the house, things are changing. So just keep that in mind. Aries. Whew, we have understanding, baby. What I need from you is understanding. We need to communicate. Water, baby. I think this is Knight of Water. Understanding. If you are, you know, even though it's cardinal energy, Aries can be very stubborn in its emotional needs. You know, especially as Mercury goes into Cancer, like, Aries, loosen up. You know what I mean? Loosen up a little bit. If things are not going your way, or the way that you feel like things should be going, or, you know, you might get into an argument or something, especially like I talk about this Sagittarius, this fire energy of like, no, it has to be this way. No, it has to, you know, just take a step back from it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to knock nobody head off because they not in the same, or don't feel the same way as you do about something. You know, you just take some time and know that, like, whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. And, you know, just be more understanding. You know what I mean? Everything ain't going to be in the Aries way. In the Aryan way is crazy. Speaking of, I just did this last night. Aries gang, the I am. Remember who you be. You know what I'm saying? Remember who you be, Aries. All right. So there's that. We got innocence for Taurus. This is a major arcana. And innocence really talks about, you know, if you really look at this card and this grasshopper, it's really just like allowing yourself to be free, allowing yourself to be like a child. This is a very childlike card. You know what I'm saying? Like you have this wise old baby soul, and then you have like this little grasshopper just sitting in the, you know, their arms, and just like, you know, it's free. You know, you see like the blossoms, the cherry blossoms, you know what I mean, all around. It's spring, you know, it's new, you know, it's open, like a child, you know. Allow your mind to open up, you know what I mean. Taurus is fixed. It's fixed earth, so it's very stuck in its ways, very stuck in the way things should be and need to be. But this is not the year for that. You're going to have to open up. You're going to have to lighten up, and you're going to have to let things be, you know. You're going to have to let things, you know, just be as they are. And try to be more open to the newness that wants to come in. Just being like a child, being explorative, and I mean, just kind of seeing what's on the other side. Gemini. All right, I'm going to just take, you got a couple cards out. But, oh gosh, should I reshuffle? Well, I'm going to just tell you what cards you got, and then I'm going to reshuffle. You have receptivity in reverse, stress in reverse, consciousness, harmony, and integration in reverse. Oh, Gemini. Stressed? Are you stressed about something? Are you stressed about something, Gemini? What you stressing about? Something in you. You're stressing. It's really hard to be grounded when there's so much Gemini energy everywhere. It's like, do I feel this? I don't know. Do I feel this? Okay, I changed my mind. Projections. All right. 7 of water. Projections. All right, Gemini. Like, this is the twin energy. This can definitely be the twin energy. And this doesn't necessarily have to be you. This could be other people projecting their own insecurities. This could be people projecting their own mirrors onto you, or there could be somebody that's mirroring you, mirroring your energy at this given moment, and you don't really too much care for it. You don't really too much care for maybe this energy that you've put out in the past, or you're currently putting out, and somebody is in your environment that's mirroring that same energy to you. Projections. But like I said, this could also be somebody in your environment that's projecting their own insecurities, worries, woes, and things onto you, especially since we're in this, you know, quarantine right now. So you need to go ahead and ground, go out in nature, go to a place, take a trip, take a walk, you know, get out there and you know, soak up some sun. You know what I mean? Gemini gives me sunflower energy. You know, it's a very bubbly sign, and you know, it just needs that time to like recharge too. But recharge alone, not with a whole bunch of people. Just recharge by yourself so you and your twins can think. All right. Ooh. We have Cancer, consciousness. Oh, this is the same one Gemini got. Let me shuffle again. It was consciousness and stress. You might be stressed too. Mercury just moved into Cancer as we speak. And with Gemini energy right now, you could be wanting to communicate your emotions, but not really knowing how. Like, you might not feel comfortable enough to express. Breakthrough in reverse. It's a breakthrough coming in for you, Cancer. It's a breakthrough coming in for you. And you need to allow it to come through. And I know you're probably shaking your head at me and being like, well, I don't know. What do you mean? Like, how am I supposed to? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you how your breakthrough is going to come through. Just let it happen. That's all I can really tell you. Just let whatever breakthrough needs to come in so you can shift. You just got to let it through. I would definitely say, especially since Mercury is in Cancer, do writing. Do something that has to do with writing. I mean, even if you can't vocally, or you feel like you can't vocally express how you feel, channel it into artwork, channel it into writing, channel it into poetry, channel it into something that you don't have to necessarily, like, you know, you could funnel it. You know what I mean? Like, if the words, sometimes your words can't say enough, but whatever you allow to put to the paper, or whatever you allow to put to your craft, or, you know, maybe a hobby that you have, can just tell it all. You know what I mean? Leo, we have success. You know, this is six of fire. This is the first fire card I think we got. Yeah, this is the first fire card I think we got. Of course, I guess, right? So this is success. This is celebrating those small wins. This is celebrating the success that is, if it's not on the horizon, if you feeling like, well, damn, like, you talking about success, but where's my success at? Like, what is you talking about? Like, I haven't felt, well, if it's not here, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But I like to look at things as if they're already here, even if we don't feel emotionally like those things are, you know? And take that time to celebrate it, but also know that just when you experience success, you know, there's a time where it's like we have our highs and we have our lows, and you kind of just got to roll with the punches. So soak all that energy in, you know, share it with who you need to share it with, but then you got to get back to work, Leo. Season coming up, you know what I mean? Got to get to work. Virgo, my Virgos, what's good? The master. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, baby. It's that master energy coming through. This hermit period, this hermit time, for most people, for most signs in the zodiac, they are probably cringing in this energy. Not all, but for most signs of the zodiacs, they are cringing in the fact that motherfuckers got to be at home, and motherfuckers got to be, and not always completely home, but they have to be and actually get to know themselves. There's nowhere to escape. There's nowhere to hide. But Virgo, baby, you know what it is. Listen, take this time. That super master hermit energy that needs to get its lessons is also gonna get its blessings. You feel me? It's gonna get its blessings when you are in this energy. When you are mastering yourself, when you are mastering the task at hand, when you are mastering, baby, you know what I'm saying? If there's something that you need to crank out, if it's some ideas, you know what I mean, that that have been on your mind, or there's some things that you still trying to flesh out, get those things out. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop punishing yourself for old lessons in this time. This energy is here. It's not coming in. It's here. The master has learned its lessons. Now it's time to fully embody the master's energy. Period, poo. Period. Libra. Libra, 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 Libra. We have healing in reverse. Oh, Libra. Libra, 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 Libra. If you've been running away from healing yourself through jumping into relationships, or trying to jump into a relationship, baby, I got news for you, shawty. Them relationships is not gonna heal you. Them relationships is not going to heal you. You could want to be in a relationship all day. You could, you know, want to mask whatever you are hiding emotionally from yourself. But baby, just know that this Cancer, Mercury and Cancer energy, do this transit, and then as we get into Cancer season, baby, you're not going to be able to mask it. You're not going to be able to just jump into something because you need to emotionally feel something that you cannot feel within yourself. Feel it in yourself first. You know what I mean? Feel that shit in yourself first. You know, understand who you are, you know, at the base of it, you know, at the core of it first before you decide to jump into a relationship that is not fulfilling you wholly because you're not fulfilled within yourself, Libra. Scorpio. We got 2 cards out, transformation, and we have adventure. So, I mean, this is the perfect fucking time, you know what I'm saying, to do something outside of your own comfort zone. And I know Scorpio's probably cringing right now as I say this. But, hey, this is you know, Scorpion energy is, you know, transform. You're not too proud to transform into something and going into something new. You know, if it's something that you've been like tossing back and forth, and it doesn't necessarily have to have an adventure of like going to another country, because, you know, we're very fixed to home right now. But I would definitely say this could be maybe reading a good book, or maybe reading a book that allows you into adventure into different realms, maybe getting into the occult, you know, maybe just doing things that kind of like, you know, expand your horizon, you know, and or maybe like astro traveling, or definitely shamanism. It would be a dope thing. I mean, if you think about it, especially for my Scorpio risings right now, for my Scorpio rising, Sagittarius is going to be moving to through your second house. So maybe you will be doing something that has to do with money. You know, maybe something within your finances, maybe something that, maybe a new idea sparks up, a new way for you to create, you know, income, financial stability. So, you know, definitely kind of like play around with, you know, what's out there, and don't shy away from trying new things in order to expand your portfolio. All right. I should have did this with every sign of what house is going through, but I will definitely do it next time around. Sagittarius. Ooh. All my Sagittarius is out there. You know. Baby, what's going on? What are you doing, crazy cat? Y'all see this crazy cat? Look at her. She been trying to get up to that next floor. She ain't been able to get up there. Look at you. Sagittarius. Abundance, baby. Abundance, 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 abundance. King of earth. Call it in. Call it in. It's not something that you have to work to. It's something that's already here. You are abundant. You are Jupiterian. You are Jupiter. Jupiter is all about abundance, you know. But definitely, I would say, just something to look out for, especially for this full moon, is like, you know, just be careful not to overindulge in things. You know what I'm saying? And that don't matter what it is. I'm not saying anything specific, but just definitely be careful not to like overdo it in the overdue department. You know what I'm saying? Because it could get a little out of hand, and it could be something that could definitely fuck up your whole shit. So just be, you know, be clear. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, take it a little easy. You know, Sagittarius, I know you don't like to hear that, but, you know, really, like, just take that time. You know, abundance is already here if you believe it to be here. You are Jupiter ruled. So, hey, baby, anything is possible. Aquarius. Integration, baby. Integration, Aquarius, in reverse. Whew, Aquarius. I think this is a long time coming. Especially for my Saturn Aquarius babies, but back to Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, all those good shits. Like, baby, this is a long time coming, Aquarius. You know, you deserve this side, this part, you know, this integrating of the self, the masculine and the feminine. You know what I mean? You've been definitely going through some silent battles that a lot of people are not aware of. And I think you didn't even realize like how far you've come until this all hit. And so I think you're in a place where you're like, okay, it's not only is it Saturn and Aquarius, but motherfucking the age of Aquarius is coming in, and you're trying to think of innovative ways that you can get the collective to come together. But also remember that, like, still at the end of the day, even though you offer, like, you know, the world doing this damn, you know, doing a damn thing, world peace, and everybody coming together, remember that, you know, you still got to take care of yourself. And I think at this point in your life, you are in a place where you're starting to do more things to, you know, just take care of yourself and your needs specifically versus like the collective's needs. So keep at it, Aquarius. Pisces. Let me gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna try to keep this under 30. Pisces, my Pisces babies. Ooh, we have the flowering baby, Queen of Earth. Oh, we got a couple. Isolation and friendliness. But I'm gonna read the flowering since this is the first one I see. I think this is like Pisces just being a social butterfly. Pisces, especially, you know, if we're talking about, and definitely y'all, you know, for y'all that are watching this, see what house that Sagittarius is going to be activated in. I know I should have did it for all the signs, and I promise y'all I will for the full moon next time. I will do it for all signs. And I'll probably, instead of doing tarot, I'll probably go through just the chart so we can kind of talk about what it's going to be going through. But for now, Pisces, this is like, you know, you thinking of new ways, especially since this is going to be for my Pisces risings out there going on in your 10th house, of like, how can I, you know, establish a new solid foundation. There's a sense of maturity that comes with this flowering card. It's not all like, it's not all like just sunshine and rainbows, you know. This is like all, if you notice, they have all the planets on their chest, you know, representing all the zodiac signs, which you represent. You are all a mass of all 12 zodiac signs, and coming into a place where, you know, you're establishing yourself in the public eye. You're establishing yourself as if you're an artist or whatever your craft is or whatever you do, and you're starting to become or step into this matured version of yourself. And not in maturity of like you have to be on all seriousness and things like that, but just you're starting to look at like, versus maybe in the past you might have been like, oh, well, none of this is real, you know, and you know, this doesn't matter. None of this shit matters to me no more. And, you know, what is, you know, I'm just kind of, I'm here. Like, I'm here, you know, just kind of, you know, floating through this world. But I think this is more so about Pisces, getting grounded. Getting grounded in its ideas, getting grounded in its thoughts, getting grounded in what it needs in order to sustain in this material realm. And it's not so much of a tug or push and pull to have it. Pisces is like, I deserve it. Pisces is like, I want it. And Pisces is like, it's here. I believe that I'm deserving of having those things. And not just the material things of like things, but just success, you know. And it's a beautiful, you know, place to be in, of that blossoming in your destiny. And Pisces, just keep it pushing, keep it moving, regardless of, you know, all the chaos and stuff. Put all that energy that you put into other people into yourself. Let the flowering happen within you, and that shit will outshine everything else, okay? So that's what I have for y'all. It's a Rainy Storm checking in. Yeah. Or Rainy Storm checking out.